talking about security issues as part of measures to tackle the volatile security situation in the Federal Capital Territory. The FCT administration recently took steps to reinvigorate the G7 security operations, which involve security collaboration and partnerships with states that share border with the FCT. Now, according to FCT Commissioner of Police, the reinvigoration of the G7 security operations will see the commencement of security actions and procedures by members of the G7, which will involve taking the fight to the bandits and terrorists in their camps, which are mostly located in states bordering the FCT. Now, we have in the studio the Police Public Relations Officer, FCT Command, Josephine Ade, to talk to us about this operation. Thank you so much for joining us on Daybreak.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. All right, let's have a sense of what this G7 security operation, what's it about?
Well, you've introduced the operation already. It's an operation that comprises other security agencies, police, military, and other agencies. And this operation is in collaboration with other states too, security agencies from other states, those who are bordering around, having borders around with the FCT police. And we reactivated this, though it's an operation that has been on since 2017, I think. So the operation has been on. We activate it and we relax it. When we feel the terrain is a little bit calm, then we relax it for the officers to have a little rest. But we deploy some the officers within those DPOs and other security agencies based within those areas to continue to monitor the activities. And when the heat comes up, we reactivate it again. And this time around we did, and the operation has been yielding a lot of success. We actually take the fight to the dens of these criminals when they are coming closer to the FCT. We, in collaboration with those states, bordering states, we now, based on intelligence, we now go there, we raid, and we destroy their camps and make some arrests where possible. And then we restore normalcy within those villages. And this time around, we reactivated it based on the intelligence we received. And the minister has been very supportive of this operation in terms of logistics and other supports. And the Commissioner of Police, he himself is the commander of this operation. And then his deputy, that is the operational officer, which is the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Ben Igwe, leads the operation day and night. And right now, the operation yield a lot of success. They went in, and there was a lot of success last night, right, as we speak.
So we are looking at the scope now. Niger, Nasarawa, Kaduna, and how many states are we looking at?
Kogi State. And Kogi States. Mm-hmm. Niger, Nasarawa, Kaduna, Kogi States, and FCT.
Okay, so what are the kinds of threats that you have to deal with, in these neighboring states, in the nature of the crimes that,
mostly there are so many crime intel, but the most common one is the issue of banditry and kidnapping. And within those areas, those bandits will move in and then take over a community, which usually I blame the community because they come in one after the other. When you see activities and you notice strange faces, I don't know if it is the fear to communicate with the police, because we have most of our police with them, and the village heads and others know some of these operatives that are around there. So the villagers usually delay in complaining.
All right, but Piero, about 4-5 months ago, the Daily Trust newspaper did a story of how bandits had come into the FCT and had set up cells around Abaji, Kuje area. And of course, the report stated that some of them came in through Niger State, some of them came in. And some persons are wondering, that was 5-6 months ago, why did it take so long to reactivate this operation?
Since you want to go there, that report was not right, because those people that came in were not bandits. Because we have intelligent reports, and we work within the borders with other states. We saw that report and we went there. DCP Benungwe led that team that went there. We went there and we find out they are not bandits. The place, there was a village they went one time and destroyed, because the bandits were there and the villagers ran away. But we went and recovered that village. Some of your reporters were with us. They captured it when we went in there and destroyed the village. So I am still saying that when we have reports, we don't take them lightly. And we don't take any news to be a false news until when we get there, we comb the area and find out that if there is nothing like that, we still let the public know that there is nothing like that. If there is, we take care of it. Okay. And that situation was taken care of.
All right, we've had a lot of stories where people will say, like residents, villagers will say that, well, bandits came and they operated for hours and there was no any form of resistance. And sometimes there are claims that there have been intelligence report, there have been information passed across to the security agencies, and sometimes even if there's going to be response, it takes time and all of that. So how would you respond to that?
There has been never under this regime of the present Inspector General of Police, and also the commanding officer, the Commissioner of Police, FCT command under his regime. The information and intelligence are very strong, and we don't take any information or intelligence lightly or disregard it or in any kind. So those areas, if there is any threat, our intelligence gathering gives us even a strong intelligence, and we moved in there even before. Because when it's out there, information is out there, it's no longer an intelligence. Intelligence are the ones that you don't even know they're coming, and we operate without even letting the members of the public know, because it may create panic.
All right, yes. We have data to show that from reports that, and this data was collected by the Liberian, which is quite authentic, that between January and July of this year, about 109 persons were killed by either kidnappers or bandits around the villages in the FCT. So would you say that, how would you rate the security situation in the FCT?
Well, security situation within the FCT is calm, and the police, we are doing our best, and we've been arresting most of the situation without you knowing. And the data you are talking about, I've not seen it, and I don't know where the data came from, but I can only address the data that comes from the police. And we have numbers, we have statistics of all this reported crime, we have statistics of all our achievements, and we have records. So if that record is coming from the police, I can be able to address it. But the ones coming from, is it foreigners?
No, not foreigners, based on reports that are out there. For instance, a newspaper report comes out today and says 10 people killed in 2-3 villages. Not
the source of that.
I mean, reporters visited them, maybe spoke to the victims, sometimes even spoke to the police to confirm. So these are confirmed killings between January and July.
I have not seen any, so I wouldn't say. I will not dispute it, and I will not agree it, because I have not seen. By the time I see it and investigate, I'll be able to give you an appropriate answer to that effect. But security within the FCT, honestly, is calm. We've arrested every situation that has been creating panic. And I can tell you that we have, it's yielding results. You can even attest to that because the number of reports you'll be receiving from your reporters, you can check it and see there is improvement in that aspect.
All right. Now, how can you guarantee members of the public or residents in villages that they can actually collaborate with the police and
We've been working with them,
and that they are safe in doing so? Because part of the belief is that sometimes people feel scared of providing information. People would rather work with the bandits, in terms of cooperate with the bandits rather than cooperate with our own security forces. So what assurance can you give to ensure that to people who have information about these criminals but for some reason are just holding back?
Well, like I said earlier, that the problem we have is people not trusting us. I think that is the essence. People should trust the police. Trust the police with information. I can assure you that under this regime, we protect our informants. We have informants. They've been giving us information. We've been making a lot of operations without members of the public knowing. And we keep sensitizing members of the public to trust the police. The police of now is no longer the police of before that you give us information you think we'll go out there.
Do you act on every information that you get?
Yes, even if they are false information, we act on it. And when we find out that they are not credible information, then that is when I speak. I go out there and tell people to disregard this information. But the problem...
So let's say, for instance, there was a report saying that, mentioning some hotspots in the FCT. The FCT command will act on that?
Yes, we do. Recently, there was a time, there was a trend. You may see, check out the trend, you will see it there. There was a report that bandits were operating on top of the hill. People saw lights, saw some activities on the mountains in Karshi. I'm sure you heard it too, and that created a whole lot of panic. But before we responded, we had to, the Commissioner of Police, in collaboration with the military and other agencies, we deployed a lot of operatives up there. We had a lot of technical equipment to deploy there. We combed that mountain because people saw what they saw. Definitely they saw something before they make noise. So we now went there, we combed the whole place, and we discovered that those people there were just night hunters conducting their usual activities with those lights. And where the Commissioner of Police didn't stop there, he now went ahead to have a meeting with the local chiefs, and then he suspended the activities of those hunters for now. So just to make sure that we are not leaving, or we just want to be proactive. We stopped the activities there, but we left surveillance and monitoring to continue there to watch whatever they saw there, if it's credible.
Okay. Insecurity forced schools to shut down in the FCT. What assurance is the police going to give before? I mean, because they have shut down schools and then they took advantage of the fact that the holiday was coming.
If that is why they shut down, we were not informed. Just as you saw the news, that was how we saw it. And we never in any way said that there was any threat on schools or anything like that. People, just like I'm saying, people go there about and release information. So before we could investigate those information and find out where the problem is coming, since we were not informed, you have information, you inform the police, and the police will look into it, but we were not informed. So instead of us ruling it out as fake news or disregard anything, we were in the process of investigating to find out where the problem was coming from, why the schools were being shut. The schools were shut, actually. We can't gamble with our children. We didn't know where the problem was coming from. The intelligence didn't tell us that there was any threat of any form. So these schools did not come to us and tell us that this is why we're locking out the school. We just saw it.
Are you blaming it on the schools now or on the FCT administration?
There is no blame. I'm saying
there's a directive.
We are trying to find out what was it.
And the directive was based on the fact that there was an attack on villages bordering the federal government college at that point. That was why the school was shut.
We were not aware. We were trying to find out what the problem was.
So,
attack where?
So what about the collaboration between the police now, for instance, and the FCT administration? I thought that these are both government organizations and there should be some kind of communication and collaboration before any decision is taken. There are Security Council meetings, isn't it?
To the best of my knowledge, we have a good relationship, but that information was not communicated to us. We just saw it out there. And like I said, when we saw the information, we were checking all loose holes to find out where the problem was coming from. Okay,
so now that the schools have been shut, is the police, are they going to guarantee the safety of schools around the FCT? Because, I mean, the holiday is not going to last forever. By September, they are going to have to go back to school.
If you hear the news, the IG even make sure that the schools, based on that, is fortified, even as it is now that the students are back at home. Everywhere is fortified, everywhere is secure. We've done some proactive measures that I wouldn't want to be giving it out here, because anything we say, any proactive measures we take, people tend to be scared, like there is something, but we just want to make all this deployment for everybody to be calm and knows that to have an idea that the police are on top of their game. They are watching all the loose and holes. But when we say things, people take it as if there is a threat coming from somewhere, because the fake news has already taken off their mind.
All right, now I want to talk more on this issue of interagency collaboration and more, or I'll say beyond that also. We have seen that vigilante groups are being set up in different states and all that. What's the plan of the FCT? Because obviously, just only our security agencies alone cannot, do everything. So there is need for that, those kind of arrangements for vigilante groups and the rest. What's the arrangement for the FCT?
Well, if you say the security agencies alone cannot do it, I don't know what terms you are where you're heading to. But mostly we involve all these locals, the vigilantes and others, not just because we cannot do it alone or in terms of operations and all that.
But it's not enough. We do not have enough
I don't
operatives.
know where you get the figures, but we didn't say we are having short of manpower in any way. What we do, what the Commissioner of Police, why he works with these locals, because they know the terrain. So we have to work with them. We have to collaborate with them because they know the terrain. Sometimes even climbing the mountains, the others can climb the mountains better than a policeman can do. So those are where we involve them. It's not because we're looking for manpower. Recently, the Inspector General of Police was gracious to have gave us an added deployment within the FCT. He deployed a lot of police officers from the headquarters and other places to add up to our numbers. So in case of numbers, we have no issues in that.
How about in case of equipment?
The equipment, we do. We do have equipment.
So why do we have these attacks across?
Well, the Inspector General of Police also has made a lot of purchase. He purchased a lot of equipment of recent. And you can see it out there. The first PRO has been talking about it. And some has been assigned to the FCT. Even vehicles was given also to our command to complement any areas that were lacking in that. So we were not complaining of anything.
All right. When I said our security apparatus or institutions alone cannot deal with the issue of security. We've often hear that security is everybody's business. That's one. And then secondly, we've heard how even governors come out to say for communities, residents to actually defend themselves. We've heard that several times. So I'm talking about a systematic arrangement that can be made in terms of perhaps having vigilantes that work with, the police and all of that. So that's not to mean that's not to question the capacity of our security, because that's what I understand from what you are saying. It's not to question the capacity of our security personnel, but rather to say, what support mechanism do you have? Like vigilantes. We have the Amotekun, for instance, in the Southwest, right? And we have other civilian JTF in the Northeast and some other states and the rest of them. And all of that is to be able to put heads together and see how best this can be dealt with. So exactly in the case of the FCT, what's happening?
We have them that we are working with them, and we've been working well with them. There has been no issues, and that was why I was asking you, I don't know which direction you are taking that to. And I went ahead and to explain to you why most areas where we need them, and we've been using them a lot also. And talking about arming yourself and all that, I'm not aware of that. You referring me to governors, within the FCT, we deal with the minister, and the minister has not come out in any way and tell you to arm yourself. So arming yourself is against the law. And if you want to arm yourself, you know the proper channel to go about it, but not because we cannot protect you.
All right, you said something earlier about, because we're running out of time. The reason, we know that there are citizens, one of the ways the police can do its job better is information. And the citizens need to trust the police so that they can give them this information. And you said the citizens should trust the police. Your words, are they going to be enough? Or is there something the police is going to do to make Nigerians feel comfortable to trust them and provide this information that they need to do their work?
Well, my words should be enough, because I can't come here and lie. And I believe that a lot of them now have some like I said, we have some informants, and we've been protecting them. And we will continue to protect our informant, because there's no way we can work without getting credible information from even members of the public. And we keep saying that security is everybody's business. So we keep giving out numbers that people should call us with credible information. Why shouldn't we protect them? So I can guarantee you that as long as the Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Kali Baba is the IG, and Commissioner of Police FCT Babaji, we can assure you that we will definitely protect you. Give us information.
Right. Since the prison break, the Kuje prison break, there's been some panic among residents of the FCT. So what are you going to tell residents of the FCT at this point? Are you telling us residents of the FCT to go to sleep with their two eyes closed?
Yes.
Can you say that?
I can say that. I am always saying it, that they should go to sleep with their two eyes closed. I know that the prison break was unfortunate, but it happened. And we are on top of our game. We've rearrested a whole lot of those escapees, and the number is still rolling. And I can't give you a reason why it happened, but it has happened. So all I can tell you now is that those who are panicking because of that should not panic, because we have gone down to our drawing table and we have restructured and re-strategized. So everything is in order right now, and we are ready for those criminal elements out there.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Daybreak this morning and sharing what's happening as far as the FCT security is concerned. Our guest has been Josephine Ade, Public Relations Officer of the FCT Police Command. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right.